back for new adventure. So today I'm in the cute little village of Roldanillo. It's a little town in the south of Colombia in the Valle del Cauca. It's super nice. I'm in this cute little park here. I'm waiting for Marta. Marta, this is a woman I meet here. She works in the coffee farm and I'm gonna join her for work like 3 weeks in a coffee farm here in Colombia. It's actually a volunteering, so will be super nice, and I will see what I can learn there and then what I can show you as well. So let's see. I have like still 2 hours waiting. Will be cool. This is how I joined the farm, where I will spend a month working in the coffee plantations and learning about Colombian ecological farming method. Hello. I didn't know what to expect when I arrived in this small halo of nature, but I was far from suspecting that I was going to discover a real peaceful place. Well, I just wake up in this nice coffee farm that you just see behind me. I will show you some after. I'm here with nice coffee directly from the farm, and let's see, we're gonna meet our first animals here. This is the chicken. Here, they are all here. So it's super nice because they make eggs, obviously. So here they have their own eggs directly from chickens, so nothing with animal industry, so that's pretty cool. Marta's farms is called El Milagro, which means the miracle. This name is due to its history. Once this place was cleared land, destroyed by man. Thanks to the care of Marta and her family, today a whole nature was resurrected from this place. I discovered with wonder this small farm in the middle of an ecosystem of incredible richness. Okay, so now we're gonna give food to the guinea pig. Oh my god, there's a lot! Look, there is a lot! You are 1 million! I know what some of you will think, but no worry, those little beasts is not intended to be eaten. They are one of the main characters in the process of coffee cultivation. But I will explain that to you a bit later. So we are in a coffee farm, so obviously we're gonna pick up some coffee beans with a very beautiful view. So it's not the first time I'm gonna to pick up some coffee beans. I get some coffee tour since I'm in Colombia, but here is true experience because I'm living full time in a coffee farm hosted by Marta just here. And this is amazing. So here we are surrounded by coffee plants, and yeah, we're gonna do that. So this is the coffee fruit. As you can see here, you're like green is not mature, so we took just the red like this, and this is the coffee fruit. And inside, oops, you can eat it actually. You have the coffee bean inside. And Marta say that if there is a lot of butterfly, that's a sign of good biodiversity. So in this tree, there is a lot. For this first day of work, I met Marta, the owner of the farm, an extraordinary woman who will now teach us a bit more about how we get one of the best coffee of Colombia.
Entonces, para tener un café muy rico, primero que todo se trata de tener un suelo bien alimentado y tenemos unas hermosas bayas bien rojitas y vamos a tomar los rojos. Los verdes no los tomamos porque no tienen buen sabor. Es dulce y muy rico. También es posible comerse la cáscara y hacer recetas con ellos también. Aquí tenemos 2 bonitas almendras que normalmente lo pelamos con una máquina. En el Milagro es una máquina manual. Después este café lo ponemos a fermentar. Tenemos la opción de hacer café honey o de lavarlo. Se seca y después entonces se trilla, que es quitarle la cáscara. Lo tostamos con una tostión media, preferiblemente, y lo molemos para tener un delicioso café que es rico para el paladar, suave con el estómago porque no tenemos químicos, pero sobre todo muy ético y ecológico, porque lo que se trata es de que estemos creando bosques productivos pero también alimentadores, y que podemos tener bananos, chachafrutos, naranjas, comida tanto para los humanos como para la fauna local. Aquí estamos en un cultivo de café, pero no solo café. Este terreno era primero simplemente un potrero, un campo de vacas que había sido deforestado con un alto grado de erosión, y cuando quisimos implementar el cultivo de café, afortunadamente mi familia empezó a sembrar árboles. Lo que están haciendo estos árboles es, a través de la producción de hojas, esta biomasa cae al suelo y poco a poco va protegiendo el suelo y se va descomponiendo gracias a los hongos, principalmente el mycelium, pero hay mucha vida, muchos microorganismos que están trabajando para que finalmente sea este compostaje in situ que va a servir a alimentar los cafetos. A estos cafetos no se les aporta fertilizantes químicos, pesticidas, insecticidas ni nada, y podemos ver que están con muy buena salud, y pues esto es gracias al aporte de los árboles.
In addition to growing coffee, I learned there were also many other products growing here. Some for sale, but most of them for personal use, such as sidra and chachafrutos. A big polyculture which allowed food self-sufficiency to Marta and her family.
Aquí tenemos chachafruto, se llama Erythrina edulis, y es una excelente fuente de proteína tanto para humanos como para las gallinas, y si tenemos otros animalitos también. Pero lo que encontramos más valioso en el chachafruto es que el cambio climático, por ejemplo, mucha lluvia nos dejó sin maíz y sin frijol, y mientras que los chachafrutos como árboles nos permiten seguir obteniendo alimento. Ay, sí, a mí me va a empezar licuar. Pruébalo y me dices.
On the land of Milagro, there is a lot of food. As you can see, those freshly harvested carrots, they look delicious. But also banana and guineo, which are the second largest plantation on the farm. Lucky me, today is guineo harvest day. For each banana tree, only one bunch can grow. There is only one way to harvest it, by cutting in a very specific way the trunk of the plant. Because yes, contrary to what one thinks, the banana tree is not a tree, but a grass. It's currently the largest grass in the world. Well, once cut, it will take between 9 to 12 months to regrow from the roots and give us a new bunch of banana, or in this case, of guineo.
This is a really special species of banana. It's called guineo. It's green because we make like banana bread with that. We make patacones and a lot of very amazing Colombian food with that. So this banana is for cooked. Don't eat it like this. We just cook and it's delicious.
The guineo can be used for many things. As I said, we can cook them, but also, and this is what we are working on today, make flour. Yes, you're right. For that, you have to peel them first, which is a little bit more difficult than peeling a ripe banana. Then we have to cut it into thin slices. The goal is to dry them quickly. For this, we take the slice to the greenhouse, where they will dry in the sun for a week. And here the result. After being completely dry, we just have to grind them in order to get a pretty guineo flour. And this one, it's totally ecological. Now head to the kitchen for some Colombian recipe. By frying fresh slices of guineo, we make guineo crepes, which are absolutely delicious. But my favorite dish is by far the patacones, a symbol of Colombia cuisine. To do this, you must first fry the whole guineo for the first time, before crushing them to make pancake. You can fry them a second time to make them crispy. And this is now time to taste it.
Good morning, nice sunny days in the farm here in Colombia, and this morning I'm gonna show you a little bit of my morning routine. Hello everyone, hello, good morning, good morning. Toby. So I will go to the shower, but you have to know here, this is just cold water. This is not hot water. So, but there is a technique actually. Here, this is the heater. So we make the fire here for cook, and also we can make hot water here. So actually taking hot water is very, very hot. It's burning actually. And I will mix with a little bit of cold water, and I will have like medium water. So it will be nice because since a week I'm like just shower with cold water and it's very hard. It's really freezing. But now we'll be good. We are in the dry toilet in the middle of plant and nature, so it's really nice to come here. Those toilets are 100% ecological, so we do not use water, we use wood wax, and it's just as hygienic as water, so it's very nice, and the planet say thank you.
We now join Marta for a new lesson about ecology. This is by far the most interesting things to learn on this farm. It's the basis for healthy crops, the end of one cycle and the beginning of a new one.
Estamos agregando los residuos de la cocina, cáscaras, todo lo que ni las gallinas ni los cuyes, que también los tenemos para recuperar su excremento y mejorar la composición del compostaje, viene a esta cama. Es bueno digamos que hacerles un corte para acelerar el proceso de compostaje. Por ejemplo, aquí ya está un compostaje más avanzado. De aquí viene para esta cama. Acá se sigue avanzando el proceso para no mezclar residuos frescos con residuos que ya están más avanzados. En este recipiente recolectamos los lixiviados, ya que todas las camas tienen una inclinación y hay una tubería para recogerlos porque esos lixiviados son preciosos. Aquí ya tenemos un compostaje listo para ser utilizado. Es una mezcla, digamos, de todos los compostajes a partir del humus de lombriz, del compostaje de la caca de los cuyes, las cáscaras de café, los residuos de la cocina, y con una parte de estos residuos aquí estamos alimentando nuestras amigas, la lombriz roja californiana. Aquí las tenemos. Bueno, las fundimos porque no les gusta la luz y para conservar humedad. Y en estos momentos vamos a cosechar una parte de los compostajes que ya están listos y vamos a sembrar maíz nativo, 2 clases de maíz nativo, pero entonces vamos a enriquecer el suelo primero con compostaje.
And this is how our waste is recovered, transformed by composting into a nutrient-rich soil that we take care to distribute to each plant to allow them to grow up healthy.
So this morning we just stopped in a cheese farm for buy some cheese. As you can see here, there is the beautiful cow here with an amazing view as well. And we're gonna buy cheese because I'm French and I really miss the cheese.
Y en la finca también pasa un tubo así.
Returning to the farm, I discovered that the cocoa had been harvested. You must first open the pod to remove the cocoa beans. Those will then be fermented and dry. Very important, we don't forget to bring the pod to the compost. Then we come back 1 week later to harvest the dried beans, heading for roasting. At Milagro, we sometimes roast them in the oven when there is a little harvest, or in a huge bowl over the fire when there is more. We will use the same process for coffee later. Come the part that requires the most patience. You have to peel the skin of the beans by hand. We then move on to molding the beans to make cocoa butter. The chocolate here is pure. It will be necessary to add a few ingredients to transform it into truffle. Peanut, panela sugar, a brown sugar typical of Colombia. Then add a dried orange peel, cinnamon, and a little pepper. This is what will give chocolate their orange and slightly spicy taste. You have to grind all that a second time, then a third.
Es durísimo. Bueno,
The process is coming to an end. It's time now for modeling.
muerda uno y verá, acabé de morder uno.
And there you go, the magnificent Milagro chocolate truffle, a real delight. We still have one last process to complete. It's time to go back to our coffee beans in the greenhouse, which must be dry. With the help of our grinder, we remove the skin from the coffee beans. We then have to sort it. We only keep the grain. After that, the last step will be to roast the beans in order to extract all the flavor of the coffee and this delicious smell. Then we can choose to keep it as a beans or to grind it. The long and difficult process of making coffee made me realize how precious those products are. We usually buy our product at the supermarket without knowing what they went through before and all the work that is required. For sure, I will never drink my coffee the same way again. At Milagro, I also learned to respect the land that feeds us. Thanks to polyculture, I discovered how the ecosystem around us work together in a perfect synchronizations to produce our food. From the smallest insect to the huge tree, all come to fertilize the soil to allow everyone to grow in harmony. There is no need for chemical fertilizer. Everything is made naturally by nature. And each person, each life has a role to play. Marta told me that when you work with nature and not against it, you must get better results. The satisfaction that emerged from this experience was huge. For the first time, I felt like I was part of a great circle of earth, in this small farm, in the mountain, bathed in the golden light of the sun, a place on earth, an example for all, a miracle.